So this team is like the best team in the league by far. They shouldn't be in this division. When they joined this league away from the other good league that I play in 3 times a week, everyone, including the people who run this league, and there's like the ref in this game who runs it, basically just straight up said, why are you guys joining that league? You're going to be too good for it. And they're like, well, we don't want to try as hard. Everyone's getting younger and all these weird excuses. And they came into this league and they just dominate it, and all the games are pretty useless. I know a bunch of times during the season when teams saw that they're playing this team at like 10 o'clock at night or like 9:30, they just said, no, we're not showing up, because games like this where it's just like there's no point playing against it, because you'll see, and we'll talk about it at the end. So a slightly different thing here. These are the Cortech like base layers, and the idea of them is to help with like growing poles and your hips and everything, and they have a tightened piece. You can see how this material doesn't really stretch a lot, and it's really tight and it really holds your hip and like legs in place. This stuff, I've used it for years under different branding. They used to be under Under Armour, and has saved me multiple times in games, especially towards the end of this and playoffs, where I pulled my groin and I wouldn't have been able to play without these things. So Cortech sent me a pair of these I'll do a full review on them and everything, but if you're interested in Cortech stuff, and they really help with the groin and like stopping injuries from getting worse and preventing them. They have a less tight version as well. This is a 1.0, the other ones are a 3.0. There's a link to Cortech in the description. If you use my coupon code, you get a discount, as well as it supports the channel. So you get protective base layer stuff that I wear all the time and honestly really need to keep my groin intact, and it also supports the channel as well, so check those out. So if you're buying hockey equipment and you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description. In the US, check out the links to Pure Hockey. In Canada, check out the links to Hockey Supremacy. If you click those links and make a purchase, I get a kickback from the sale. So anything that comes back from that comes right back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing like real reviews and stuff. I got buy gear to do a lot of the tests for it, so that costs money and it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing real reviews.
Y'all ready for this?
So as you could see, yeah, it was like the score was 7-3, and that was even way closer than it really should have. We shouldn't have scored 3 goals. We had probably 12 shots on net, if that, and we had 2 chances really, and we just happened to score a few of them. So it was like almost a waste of time. Now, I don't mind getting lit up. I don't mind playing against people who are really good. I like it. This team that I'm playing against, I've had championship games against with some of my other teams where like it's better hockey. It's a lot better hockey. It's kind of annoying coming down to here where, because I know, and my teams know, that if they went down to this division, it wouldn't be enjoyable. And I think this team realized it wasn't enjoyable. I don't know how many games through the year, but they should have heeded the warnings and listened to people when they said don't play in this division. Because like stuff like this was like kind of crap. And like I said, I don't care if I get blown out. I don't care if I get a ton of shots. But you can see it in like my team and other teams too, where they just like they can't play with them. They can't try hard against them. They can't skate with them. It's just people playing like stick handling around people, so that the hockey just stops. And like my team just stands there because even if they go attack, the guy's just going to toe drag around them anyway. So it's like, it's kind of dumb. And like the final goal here is a perfect example. And I'm not going to go through all the goals because there's too many and it's just like, what can you do? But the final goal here is a perfect example where there was like literally 45 seconds left and I'm fixing my skate because it came undone. The guy sees a breakaway. It's 6-3. The game's over, but you have to still come down and score on that. And like, again, I don't care if I get scored on. It's just, if I was in that situation as that player, I would just dump the puck in and turn around when I see the goalie without his stick on his knees fixing something. I don't need that goal. It's just who kind of like the end result of this and how the mentality of some teams are. That's just, yeah, that's the way it is. I actually thought I played pretty good here. My team did their best that they could. Like, this team's way over talented than them. So, like, what are you going to do, right? But that's not really, like, what people don't play systems in beer league and stuff like that. So they're just out here to have fun. So it's kind of a waste of a night, but hey, it is what it is.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.